Hello. Oh, what is happening? Happy Saturday. Hi. Do, 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 do. Hey, Marcia, how are you doing? How you doing? Hey, Joellen, where you been? Happy Saturday. What's up, Terrell? Is it Terrell? What's up, John Claude Van Bands? What's happening? I'm doing great. I don't know why all of a sudden my eyes are blurry. I don't know if it's something on my glasses or if it's me. Thank you. I don't know what it is, but they'll sort themselves out, I guess. Hold on, let me try to fix this. I'm trying to get this. Okay, so I can see both of the chats. I am on Instagram and YouTube. YouTube over here, Instagram over here. So share the live. I'm doing great. How are you, Monique? Hi, Antoinette. How you doing? Hey, Maria, Donna. Hey, Vanilla Twin. Hey, girl. Hey. Got to go fitness. What's going on? I'm here on a Saturday. Working. I've been working, y'all. I've been working. I'm here. I'm here. I am here. Where you been? That's the question. Where you been? What you been doing? So we're going to go over the blood types and the ailments that are common to those blood types and what food is triggering those ailments in your body and what foods can reverse that. Hey, Lindy. Great to see you. I'm about to fall asleep just listening to you. Oh, go get your rest, girl. You deserve it. Okay? Go get your rest. So put your blood type in the comments. Hey, man, we are on a mission. I'm on a new mission now. I am on a new mission now. I am building something that is going to take CE Organics to the next level. If you guys were not here the other day, I was telling you guys that I am building a social casino. Another aspect of the social casino is the affiliate program. I don't know if you guys know my background. My background was network marketing. I have always sold a product. I was always keeping my eyes open for something that people could do to make extra money without having to sell products. The social casino would be a Black owned but multi-diverse platform and community around gaming. Okay. So the difference between a physical casino and a social casino is that it's about community. It's about us having fun together. It's about the convenience of being in your house and still having that excitement of playing the games that you see at your favorite places. But for me, the thing that's making me very excited is people can make money just referring people to the site, which is in my mind, the network marketing part of it. But shit, if you can make an extra $30,000 just referring people from your network, like what is the point of being online if you don't make any money? What's the point? If somebody can make an extra $30,000 a year from referring 10 people to the site, why not? So I can already tell you I will have hundreds of people. Okay. Because that whole idea just encompasses so many goals for me. The main goal is taking CE Organics to the next level, bringing the prices way down. So now I could sell the products for just a little over wholesale, which would help everyone stay on the products, be on the products consistently, and get all of the benefits of being on the products. You know, also us being able to put our products on Amazon, so it'll be very convenient for people to find them. Just so many benefits. And that's what I'm looking for. My first passion is health and wellness, but I want to be able to take this business to the next level, and that takes money. If anybody gets into business and they think that they don't have to spend money to make money, you are delusional. Okay? You are delusional. It takes money to be an entrepreneur. Okay? So let's go over high blood pressure first. Okay? High blood pressure is something that spans all of the blood types. Share the live, tap the screen. Okay? High blood pressure is something. Oh, let me share the live too. Hold on a minute. Let me also share. I don't want you guys to do anything I'm not doing. Okay. One moment. Done. Okay. Your daughter is a B. What's your blood type, Marcia? Let me bottom line it for you. The reason that your blood pressure is high is because you're eating carbohydrates. The way that you know that is your blood pressure is still high. Because if you stopped eating the things that make your blood pressure high, then your blood pressure would normalize. You going to the doctor and the doctor putting you on a prescription for your high blood pressure is never going to solve your problem, because you are still eating a food that makes your blood pressure high. Okay. Let me tell you why carbohydrates make your blood pressure high. The root cause of high blood pressure is insulin resistance. Okay. When your red blood cells become resistant to the insulin, then the insulin is going to remain in your bloodstream, but it's not getting into the cells. So that means it's pretty much ineffective. Hey girl, it's pretty much ineffective. So you have all of this insulin now just swimming around in your bloodstream, but it's not getting into the cell. That's causing your arteries and your veins to constrict. So now your arteries and your veins are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Your blood is not able to freely flow through your arteries and veins, and that puts pressure on your heart. That is what sends your blood pressure up. So if we reverse engineer this, how did it start? You're eating food that turns into sugar in your body. That is elevating your blood sugar. Then your pancreas has to release more insulin into your bloodstream. Okay. That insulin is not getting into your cells where it's going to help to stabilize your blood glucose. So now it's just swimming around. Over time, that insulin in your arteries and veins will make your arteries and veins brittle. So the insulin just swimming around in your bloodstream will make your arteries and veins brittle. This is how people end up with strokes and aneurysms, and because your arteries and veins are now okay. So to solve the high blood pressure problem, you have to stop eating carbohydrates. I know that sounds very drastic, but I think having a stroke sounds drastic. You don't think so? You don't think having a stroke is drastic? You don't think having an aneurysm is drastic? That's a drastic way to figure out that you're eating the wrong foods, right? So hold on, let me turn my lights on. So if you have high blood pressure, put it in the comments so I know who I'm talking to. Ooh, I like it. If you have high blood pressure, put it in the comments so I know who I'm talking to. Okay. It's a very easy fix, but it requires sacrifice. Hi. It requires sacrifice. If you think about the foods that are your favorite foods, those are the foods that have caused the most problem in your body. If you think about the foods that you eat most often, you said, unfortunately, my daughter did, but it's down now. Your daughter had a stroke or an aneurysm. She started eating for her blood type. If you think about the foods that you eat most often, oh, okay. Woo, I was about to say. The foods that you eat most often are the foods that have hurt you the most, because the food that you do not eat can't hurt you, right? So if you think about what your favorite foods are, or even if you're on your path now, what your favorite foods were, you simply cutting out those foods would help your body start healing. Because if you continue to eat those foods that continue to hurt you, or continue to cause disease in your body, holy crap, cause disease in your body, then you're going to, I knew I was running a little bit slow. I didn't take my Sharp today. I can always tell. Hold on. I can always tell when I didn't take my Sharp. Sharp is the clarity focus capsule from the CE Organics line. When I don't take Sharp, my brain just feels like it's operating slow. So the minute the Sharp kicks in, it's like I have faster recall. My brain feels like a computer. So even if I'm not on live, I take my Sharp every day because it helps me with my work. It helps me stay focused. Because if I don't take it, it's almost like I have ADHD. Like I'll start on a project over here and then I'll end up walking over there for something. I end up starting to work over there and it's crazy. So as a blood type O is extremely sensitive to sugar. Blood type O makes up 44% of the US population. At the root of most of you guys' problems is the fact that your body cannot tolerate sugar. I was talking to a friend of mine today who she says she suspects that everybody in her life is on the spectrum. Now, mind you, everybody's a blood type O. Her daughter, her son, her husband, she is, right? We know that her son is on the spectrum. She suspects that her daughter is on the spectrum. She suspects that her husband is on the spectrum. And then today she was like, well, sometimes I feel like I'm on the spectrum. I said, first of all, we have to stop just thinking somebody's on the spectrum, when really it's about the food. And I told her this before, but I had to reiterate it today. If your son is autistic, because she told me what, now for those of you that know this information, you tell me what's wrong with this scenario. Okay. If your son is autistic and you are allowing him to eat ramen noodles and cereal every single day, what is the problem going to be? For those of you that know, why is eating ramen noodles and cereal 2 or 3 times a day going to cause you problems as a blood type O? Okay. The grains. What happens when you eat wheat as a blood type O? Four things. First thing is inflammation. Second thing is it slows down your metabolism. But these are the two things that will make you suspect everybody is on the spectrum. Okay. The first is hey, how you doing? The first is it converts your happy hormones into anger and aggression, sadness and depression hormones. It's going to give you anxiety, because she was saying that she has major anxiety. Her son has anxiety. Well, if you're eating foods that cause you, we're talking about that right now. If you're eating foods that cause your body not to absorb minerals and nutrients, then you're going to become mineral deficient. Mineral deficiencies is what is at the root of mental illness. So your anxiety and your depression and your sadness and your ADHD and your hyperactivity and your autism, whatever spectrum you are on that autism, your alcohol abuse, your drug abuse, schizophrenia, all of that comes from mineral deficiencies in the body. So every day you're getting up and you're eating breakfast foods. Breakfast foods are mainly wheat. Think about everything that you eat for breakfast: cereal, pancakes, French toast, breakfast sandwiches, avocado toast. What are you eating for breakfast that's not wheat based? Most of your lunch food is wheat based: sandwiches, hot dogs, hamburgers, Subway sandwiches, pizza, breaded chicken, tacos, burritos. I mean, all of that is wheat based, right? Then your dinner stuff, you have pizza, pasta, ramen noodles, all wheat. We are eating more wheat than we've ever eaten in the history of this country, because just about every processed food is wheat based. If you look at the statistics, you will see that we have more mental illness now than we've ever had in history. Why is everybody anxious? Nobody was anxious in the 70s. Why is everybody depressed? Do y'all know that 50% of the US population is clinically depressed? 50% of the US population is clinically depressed. That means they go to the doctor and get a pill for depression. And I guarantee you, they're eating wheat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I told her, I said, just take Max off of wheat for 1 week and you will see how his behavior is going to change. Just 1 week. And then she said she's the only red meat eater in her house. Like, her husband and her son will not eat steak. I said, so what are they eating? She said, mainly chicken. I said, is your husband overweight? She's like, severely. They're actually going to be here on Wednesday. So I'm going to be hanging out with her. She's coming here for her family reunion. This is one of my best friends from high school. We've been friends since we were 14. So her biggest issue as an O, she started eating more red meat, but she also drinks a lot of wine. So she knows that that's her issue. So I'm going to definitely try to get her off of that while she's here. I'm going to give her a bottle of Chill because I know she's drinking the wine to relax, but it's not going to help. So I'm going to definitely give her a bottle of Chill while she's here, see how she reacts to it. I think she's going to be fine, but we're going to work on that, getting rid of that wine. Okay. So when you eat wheat, it converts your happy hormones into anger and aggression, sadness and depression, anxiety hormones, okay, which is norepinephrine and noradrenaline. And then it also stops the body from absorbing minerals and nutrients. Another dangerous thing about it stopping your body from absorbing minerals and nutrients, okay, is the fact that your body trying to function properly will extract minerals and nutrients from your body, from your bones. This is how you end up with low bone density, osteoporosis, osteopenia, osteoarthritis, because your body is literally sucking minerals out of your teeth and your bones, just trying to survive, because you're feeding it food that won't allow it to absorb the minerals from the food. So it's diabolical. That was your main issue for you, was wine? Yeah, it's just straight sugar. Wine is just straight sugar. And so if your bottom line, if at the root of most of your problems as a blood type O is sugar, you're gonna have to let that go. Because your body is not going to be able to heal up. Let me tell you something. When my sisters, both of my sisters had the weight loss surgery. Okay. I begged them not to have the weight loss surgery, but they did it anyway. Okay. And one of my sisters died. But my sisters, because there's no real therapy or let's get to the bottom of why you're 450 pounds type of shit, you just talk to a therapist for like an hour, you still have those same issues. You just can't eat your feelings anymore, right? Your body is still addicted to sugar, but you just cannot consume it anymore. So when they had the surgery, they were still trying to eat small amounts of sugar or candy or cake or pies or cookies or whatever it was that they were eating before, and they would always throw up. You know, the one thing that they could do without having any problems? Drink. Both of my sisters became alcoholics after having weight loss surgery because their body still wanted sugar. So they were giving it sugar in whatever form was tolerable. My sister that passed away was drinking liquor. She died from mixing her prescription drugs with liquor. She had them both in her system. She died in her sleep at 51. Left 3 kids with no mother. And then my other sister to this day is a wino. There's not a day that goes by that she's not drinking a box of wine. And of course, she's gained all the weight back. So there's that. So we have to recognize as a blood type O what the root cause of your problems are, and then how we can solve the problem. I hear this so much. Everyone that had the surgery throws up. They can't eat or drink any liquids at the same time. I'm good. I'm not. Me being skinny is not worth going through all that. Yeah, they always gain it back. Me being skinny is not. It's not worth it to me. Because you can still be skinny and unhealthy. I would much rather be bigger and healthy. Okay? Because big doesn't mean unhealthy. Even though we have been brainwashed into believing that all overweight people are sick. Which, first of all, who decided what overweight is? But a group of white scientists. Okay? Who decided what overweight is? If a person is 5'7", there's no reason a person 5'7" should be 120 pounds. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. We went from women being a normal back in the 40s and the 50s. The average woman was a size 16. The average woman in America is size 14 today. But now you have all of these weight loss drugs and everybody wants to be skinny. Everybody wants to be a bobblehead. No, thank you. No, thanks. I'm fine. I'm going to be cute whatever size I am. I'm going to tell you what, I wasn't cute when I was skinny. My brother told me that. My brother was like, your head is too big to be that thin. I was like, ooh. I wasn't. My cousin had it and saw her. She looked different and sick and old. And yeah. When y'all look at all these people that are on Ozempic today, now they got this thing called Ozempic mouth. Now they got this thing called Ozempic mouth, where you have these folds, these lines around your mouth, like your mouth. What y'all need to understand about these weight loss drugs is you are losing muscle. All these research reports just came out in the past few months that 40% of the weight that you lose when you are on these weight loss drugs is muscle. The body must have muscle. As we age, we need more muscle, not less muscle. So you are literally depleting your body of something that's going to keep you healthy as you age because you want to be skinny. So you got Lizzo and Katy Perry and all of these people out here that deny that they're, come on, Oprah. The fuck? Oprah has been battling her weight since the early freaking 80s. And all of a sudden at 70 years old, she's paper thin from it's natural. Who the hell she think don't remember when she was on that liquid diet and she came out looking like a bobblehead in them little jeans? She was this big. Y'all remember? I remember it like it was yesterday. She pulled that wagon out with all that fat on it. Now we're just supposed to believe that everybody's just finally they're losing weight naturally. The company that sells Ozempic, Oprah is a part of. The company that sells Ozempic and Mounjaro and Wegovy, it's actually Wegovy. She is a part of the company. Weight Watchers bought the company that makes Wegovy. All of them are. I'm like, what is, and why lie about it? If I was on Ozempic, I would tell everybody I'm on Ozempic. I lost the weight with Ozempic. What's the problem? Why lie about it? We all see you. Hey, Lotta. We see you. You cannot tell me Lizzo is not shooting up. You either on Ozempic or Heron. I don't know. You've been out here crying about being overweight. Your page is called Lizzo Be Eaten. And now all of a sudden you're skinny. You've been out here struggling, running on treadmills and shit. And no, she went really hard in the gym. I managed the gym for 3 years. Ain't nobody going that hard in the gym. So you out here looking like a bobblehead, influencing everybody else to go out here and look like a bobblehead. But those are the same people that will stroke out. Same people that have a heart attack. Same people. And what's the first thing people say? Oh my God, they look so healthy. First thing they say. Oh my God. The minute a skinny person dies, the first thing out of everybody's mouth is they look so healthy. Until they get paper thin. Remember when Chadwick Boseman had lost all that weight and everybody was clowning him? And he died of cancer? It's not worth it. I have no interest. I do not have any interest in walking around with folds on my face and my mouth is sagging down, my cheeks is sagging down and all that shit to fit in a size 0. What's the purpose? They said hi, Fats. Look at you looking all regal and shit. Sitting over there looking like a model. You sitting over there looking like a model. He always comes over here. Come here. They want to say hi. Oh, come here. Stop being cantankerous. Come over here and be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Come here. He said no. They can see him. Fat said no, he don't want to come over here. So I'm gonna have to turn it around so you can see him. There you go. He's just being ornery. He's just a ornery old man. That's Fats. Just an ornery old man. So, blood type O, first thing you got to do, boo-boo, is let go of that grain. If you want to stabilize your blood pressure, if you want to normalize your blood pressure, come up off of those drugs, first thing you have to do is change your diet. Okay? Most of the illnesses, it's just like that. All of these illnesses back in the day used to be labeled preventable. All of them. Diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, arthritis, all of them were called preventable diseases. And then they stopped saying preventable, and then they start labeling them as lifestyle diseases. So that means you have created disease in your body from your lifestyle. So common sense would say, if I've created this disease in my body from my lifestyle, that means I can reverse this disease in my body if I change my lifestyle. It's just that simple. And I know it's difficult because you love these foods. You love sugar and potatoes and pasta and all that stuff, but that's the problem. Okay? The number 2 thing, and this applies to every blood type, so listen up. The number 2 thing that you should stop consuming immediately is corn. Anything made from corn. Simply because corn stops the body from making insulin. You can get rid of that. You can reverse that. My grandpa had horrible arthritis. Ugh. Horrible. Corn stops the body from making insulin. And here's the thing that confounds me. It doesn't confound me anymore, but the thing that bothers me. No one ever told us how important these hormones were. Insulin is a hormone. Okay? No one ever impressed upon us how important insulin is to our bodies functioning normally. Okay? Whenever we hear anything about insulin, it is always in regards to diabetes. Right? Okay? Your blood pressure cannot be stabilized without insulin. Insulin plays a very big part in a lot of the functions in your body. We have 44 different hormones. Men and women have the exact same hormones. We just have different levels. Okay? So whenever we talk about hormones, all you ever hear is estrogen and testosterone. You never hear about insulin as a hormone, cortisol as a hormone. You never hear about that stuff. But that stuff is what's making us have these different ailments in the body. So when you are eating something that stops your body from making insulin, you're going to risk diabetes and you're going to have high blood pressure. Okay? But let's talk about the different things that corn is. He just barks at, he just sees, we live next to a like a shopping center or strip mall or whatever the thing's called. It's in the back of our community, our gated community. So he always barks at the cars coming in and out of the parking lot, or if he sees somebody out there. Corn is high fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, corn starch, corn oil. White distilled vinegar is made from corn, and white distilled vinegar is in every condiment in your house. Your ketchup, your mustard, your mayonnaise, all of your salad dressings, your barbecue sauce, your hot sauce, your pickles, your relish, your olives. All of that's made with vinegar. Your apple cider vinegar is even cut, meaning it's diluted down with white vinegar. And then just about all the liquors on the market are made from corn. All the brown liquor. Oh, except what we found out the other day, was it Hennessy? Made from grapes. Still sugar. Okay. So corn is extremely dangerous to all blood types. Okay. It's going to cause inflammation. It's going to cause lectin sensitivity. Lectin sensitivity, this is the simplest way to break it down. All whole foods have lectins. So meats, vegetables, fruits, all whole foods, meaning unprocessed foods, have these little proteins in them that interact with our blood. Okay. All 4 blood types have a different gut microbiome, meaning our gut is determined by our blood type. There is a direct link from our gut to our blood type. Okay? Because each blood type has different levels of stomach acid, meaning this one can digest animal protein, that one can't. Each one has different levels and types of digestive enzymes, different levels and types of bacteria. This is why we all can't eat the same foods. This is why this person has that food allergy. If you think about it, this is why you have food allergies. And anything that doesn't go with your blood type is going to cause you to have an allergy. But the way we think about allergies is sneezing and hives. And no, it's heartburn, it's acid reflux, it's indigestion, it's nausea, it's constipation. All of those things are food allergies. Okay? They do not go with your blood, which means it doesn't go with your genetics. Because genetically, all 4 blood types are different. Okay? The third thing that you cannot consume as a blood type O is dairy. This also applies to blood type A. That's 86% of the US population can never have dairy foods. That's Greek yogurt, that's milk, that's ice cream, that's cheese. Again, that's sugar. So all the stuff I'm telling you about blood type O right now, these are the things that inflame you. These are the things that cause you to have insulin resistance. And these are the things that are raising your blood pressure. Lactose is sugar. Lactose is not dairy. So how they have made us believe that lactose was dairy is how they created that whole lactate market. Because they just let us assume that lactate is a dairy-free milk when it's not. It's a sugar-free milk. O and A can't have dairy, whether it's sugar-free or not. You see how deceptive they are? They let us just assume that these things are fine for us so they can move these products. And nobody comes along and corrects you. Nobody comes along and says, you know that's dairy though, right? No one ever had a campaign saying, I think we need to clarify to the public, because we care about them so much, that lactate is still dairy. How come they didn't do that? Look at these guys over there fighting. Linka, I see you. So blood type O and blood type A can never have dairy. This applies to your children. Your children are going to school every day and drinking milk and having cereal for breakfast. They're having milk at lunch. They're having orange juice, which is bad for everybody. Okay. If I had a kid in the school system right now, I would be packing his lunch every single day. I would send a note to the school and say, my child is never allowed to have milk or orange juice. Period. Because this is why your kids are always sick. This is why your kids have allergies. This is why your kids have ear infections. This is why. Hi, Miss D. This is why. Okay. So the other things that you cannot have as a blood type O would be lentils, bacon, navy beans, kidney beans, potatoes. This is usually the part of the program where everybody just loses their mind. What do you mean? What do you mean I can't have potatoes? That's what I mean. Okay. Potatoes is one of the worst things we can consume because they, number one, they turn into straight sugar. Number two, they immediately inflame your body. Number three, they're super high in potassium, which is not great for your kidneys. Okay. You want to know why your kidneys are jacked up? It's because of your potato obsession. Okay. And then they made you believe that, oh, white potatoes are bad for you, but sweet potatoes are great. Well, think about that for a second. If your problem as a blood type O is sugar, what makes you think that sweet potatoes are going to be good for you? I mean, sweet is in the name. That's a clue. Okay. Interesting fact, 75% of African Americans has this particular gene called APOL1 that makes our kidneys vulnerable to inflammation and infection. Okay. Every time you eat nightshade vegetables, particularly tomatoes and potatoes as a blood type O, all nightshade vegetables are going to release a toxin into your bloodstream. They all do. But starchy root vegetables are already extremely hard on your organs. They're extremely hard to break down. So you're putting extra undue stress on your kidneys and your liver and your, just trying to digest a freaking potato. So those of you that have given up beef because every time you ate some beef, it didn't digest in your system, it was because of your side dishes. Y'all always blamed it on the beef when in all actuality, the thing that was causing the problem was the potatoes. And y'all got rid of the beef and you kept the potatoes. And now your health has declined. Okay. There are a lot of vegetables that are extremely dangerous for us to be eating. A lot of the plants on this planet are poisonous. Nightshade vegetables are poisonous plants. Even if you ate potatoes that were overripe, that potato could kill you. You're supposed to store starchy root vegetables in a root cellar, a dark, cool place. Okay. About if you're type A, type A is next. Right now we're talking about blood type O. Okay. So immediately cut out potatoes. There's no healthy potato. There's no healthy grain. There's no nutritional value to any grains in America. There's no nutritional value in potatoes. All of these starches are just filler foods. They're just to fill you up. It would be okay if they were harmless filler foods, but they're not. Okay. Also, you cannot have no corn oil, no guar gum and carrageenan, and no peanut oil. Did I say peanut oil already? Can't have that. All of those things cause inflammation in your body. They are also going to cause you to have insulin resistance, which is going to raise your blood pressure. Okay? Let's talk about bad bacteria in your gut. Bad bacteria in your gut is the root of a lot of common ailments you guys are dealing with. So if you have any of these ailments, I want you to put in the comments. Alopecia, endometriosis, IBS, IBD, urinary tract infections, yeast infections, any skin issues, acne, psoriasis, plaque psoriasis, eczema, dermatitis, rosacea, vitiligo, any of those ailments, COPD, thyroid issues, certain cancers like stomach cancer, colon cancer, H. pylori, staph, E. coli. All of those things come from bad bacteria in your gut. All of those ailments. Y'all have to have a hysterectomy because you have such bad bacteria in your gut. It's giving you debilitating endometriosis. What are the foods that are making your gut bacteria bad? Here's the thing that y'all need to know about bacteria, first of all. We have trillions of bacteria in our body, all on our body and in our body. Okay, trillions. That bacteria carries out different processes in the body. These things are living things. Okay, so you are sharing your body with these trillions of bacteria. We have several hundred different strains of bacteria. So this bacteria can either be your bestest friend or your worst enemy. Okay? You can turn good bacteria bad just by eating all the wrong food. And that's what's happening. Okay? So what are the foods that's making your good bacteria bad as a blood type O? Number one is dairy foods. And then you have people like Jamie Lee Curtis out advertising Greek yogurt, saying that Greek yogurt is going to make you have all of this great gut health. When it's literally doing the opposite. It's literally making your bacteria bad. There's no dairy that's going to make your gut bacteria good if you're a blood type O or a blood type A. It's not going to happen. Okay? What else is making your gut bacteria bad? Corn. So again, high fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, cornstarch, corn oil, white distilled vinegar, liquor. What else? Potatoes. You want to know why your hair is falling out? Why it's thinning? Why you got alopecia? Because you like French fries. Why you got urinary tract infections all the time? Because you like oranges and orange juice. That's another one. Oranges and orange juice is bad for everybody's gut bacteria. Every single blood type. We should never, ever have been eating oranges. But we have been brainwashed into believing that this is where we're supposed to get all of our vitamin C. Right? And you're wondering why you can't get rid of this acne, or why you have psoriasis, or why you have eczema, but you're drinking a big old glass of orange juice at breakfast every day. That's why. So, what about leaky gut? Leaky gut is when your intestines become so soft that when food is being broken down, it actually breaks through your intestinal wall and leaks out into your gut. So you're eating foods that are making your intestines soft. What makes your intestines soft? Tomatoes, corn, dairy foods, vinegar, coffee. Your coffee habit is making your intestines soft. Another thing that coffee does is it stops the body from making collagen. Remember when I was talking about the importance of muscle? Well, collagen is responsible for healthy skin, hair, and nails, and also the cartilage between your joints and your bones. Collagen makes up 30% of your body's overall protein. As we age, the body needs more protein, not less. The body needs more muscle, not less. So you are literally drinking something that's causing your body to lose protein. Hey, Sandra. Now, I didn't say caffeine. I said coffee. So you drinking decaf coffee is still drinking coffee. Okay. If you just need caffeine, that's what green tea's for. Green tea has caffeine, but it's also very, very healthy for every blood type. Okay. So let's talk about thyroid issues. Blood type O, for some reason, has more thyroid issues than all the other blood types. Thyroid issues come from bad bacteria in your gut. Okay. But there are also 4 vegetables that when you consume them create such an angry and antagonistic bacteria in your gut that it causes your own body, your own immune system to attack your thyroid. Those vegetables are cabbage, Brussels sprouts, mustard greens, and cauliflower. And I know you guys love those vegetables, but blood type O is really not for all these vegetables. That's why whenever somebody told me they were vegan and they were blood type O, I was just like, because y'all are not the blood type for all these fruits and vegetables. Y'all are carnivores. I don't really like the taste of beef. It doesn't matter what you like. Your body does. Your body likes it. Okay. A lot of you guys are stopping your body from healing because you don't like the taste of something. And if you are an O and you don't like the taste of beef, it's because you can't cook. Tell me you can't cook without telling me you can't cook. Because I don't know one O that will sit down in front of a big, delicious, perfectly cooked tomahawk and be like, ew, you done lost your mind. Not a one. I don't really like it. It don't really digest in my system because you didn't eat it by itself. You ate it next to some macaroni and cheese, or you ate it next to a potato. You ate it with a whole bunch of bread. You ate it with some starch that stopped it from digesting. That wasn't the steak's fault. That was your food choice. Because if you just would have eaten a steak by itself, you would have lost 2 pounds of inflammation overnight. And I know it still boggles the mind to think that you can eat all of this red meat and lose weight. You're like, how is that possible? Because you're not eating sugar. You're just eating what your body requires, which is red meat, but you're not eating side dishes that are starches. That's the problem. It's the starch, it's the sugar, it's the carbs that's at the root of the problems for all of us, but especially blood type O. Okay? If we could all just back up off of this sugar and all of these processed foods, our bodies would start healing themselves immediately. So if your metabolism is slow and sluggish, it's because you're eating wheat, kidney beans, and navy beans. How do we turn this around for blood type O? The number one thing you should be eating is red meat. You are the only blood type that benefits from beef. The only one. Okay? Y'all have such an overabundance of stomach acid that y'all have more stomach acid than all the other blood types combined. Okay, let me tell you what happens when you are not eating beef as a blood type O with all this stomach acid. Now, you having all this stomach acid has nothing to do with acid reflux, because people always seem to try to connect those two things. They have nothing to do with each other. Okay, you having an overabundance of stomach acid and you are not eating anything that's going to cause the stomach acid to have something to do, it's going to start eating away at your stomach lining. This is why blood type O has more ulcers than all the other blood types. Y'all have peptic ulcers, regular ulcers. Y'all have more ulcers than all the other blood types. Why? Because the stomach acid is eating away at your stomach lining. That's why. It only takes 2 weeks for stomach acid to eat your stomach all the way up. The reason that you guys have such a high level of stomach acid is because genetically, what your ancestors were eating for hundreds of thousands of years was red meat. You still have the same genetics that your genetic ancestors had. O's were the original people. You hail from what is known as Africa. I don't care what they called it 1,000 years ago. It doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter if you are whiter than mayonnaise. You still have the same genetics that the original people had. Okay. That means you have a high level of stomach acid. The only thing that's going to cause that acid to be used up is you eating animal protein, not chicken, not pork, red meat. So that's beef, lamb, veal, mutton, bison, which is buffalo. Y'all can eat that all day, every day. And all it's going to do is make you feel fan-freaking-tastic. You do not need to have no side dishes. You could just sit a big old mound of red meat on your plate and just eat it. And the next day, you're going to wake up feeling fan-freaking-tastic. As soon as you finish eating it, you're going to have energy through the roof. You're going to sleep like a baby. Oxtail is part of it, but y'all always making gravy and putting it over rice and peas. That's the problem. I done told y'all 18 times to make oxtail soup with just a clear broth, some green onions, and the oxtail. But y'all don't want to do that. You want to eat it Jamaican style. Hard-headed. That's also part of being blood type O. Naturally hard-headed. Okay? If I were no, I'd be eating oxtail at least once or twice a week. Why the hell not? I mean, if you can afford to. What is the side dish that's going to make your gut bacteria super happy? This is what's going to make your bad bacteria good. Onions. All y'all have ever needed to do was to eat some red meat with a side of onions. Y'all benefit from all the onions, all of them. White, green, yellow, Vidalia, purple, it does not matter. Okay? I'd be putting me a big old roast in the slow cooker with a pound of onions. It's dinner time. Why the hell y'all not doing that? Okay? You have to change your mindset when it comes to food. Okay? Food is just fuel and medicine. That's all it is. It's not entertainment. It's not joy. It's not for outings. It's not for get-togethers. It is literally fuel and medicine. Also, you benefit from broccoli, Swiss chard, kale, escarole, chicory. Okay? Y'all don't need a whole bunch of vegetables. That's not your lifestyle. You being vegan is not your lifestyle. because you can't have no nightshade vegetables, which is potatoes, tomatoes, bell peppers, eggplants. Yes, butter is okay, but you should use tallow. Tallow is even better. Beef tallow, that's even better. Or ghee, even better. Okay. If you're going to get butter, it needs to be grass-fed butter. It ain't, margarine is not butter. Okay. Put some salt on it. Yeah, snapper and broccoli. But that beef tallow, whoo, amazing. What is going to help? What's the fish that you guys can have? Y'all benefit from halibut, red snapper, trout, cod. Y'all do not benefit from salmon, so it'll be okay. I want to try that lamb roast you be talking about. Girl, yeah. It's hard to find. If you have a Costco or a Sam's Club, down there, that's where you can get a lamb roast. I'm sure they have it at Publix, if you got a Publix down there. But you should be able to find some lamb in the South. There's got to be some farmers and shit around there. Costco always has lamb. Sam's Club always has lamb. I'm pretty sure Publix, if that's what y'all have down there, has lamb. Okay. Also, these things are anti-inflammatory. Walnuts, hazelnuts, flaxseed oil, parsnips, peas, and pineapple. Okay. Y'all don't need a whole lot of stuff. And I know you're like, oh, we don't have a lot of variety. You can either have a lot of variety in the medicines you're going to have to take because your ass is too sick. I don't care. If I were an O, it would really simplify my life to know that all I need to do today is eat some red meat. O's just don't appreciate simplicity. If I were an O, just knowing that all I got to do is eat a hamburger patty for breakfast, warm up a hamburger patty and just eat it with my fingers. That's all I need to eat for lunch is a hamburger patty. All I need to eat for dinner is a hamburger patty. Like, I don't care if I was on a budget. I would just go buy me some quarter pound frozen hamburger or ground beef or, from Costco. It'll cost you $30 when you got like 10 big ass burgers in there. And I put that next to some broccoli and some onions and call it a day. What is it going to do? Eliminate your body of all of that inflammation. It's going to help to stabilize your blood pressure so you can manage it now with food and not with drugs. It's going to give you energy. It's going to give you great night's sleep. It's going to elevate your mood. It's going to create muscle in your body even without working out. I don't know what the problem is. I don't get it. Okay. Every blood type needs to start appreciating the type. I know that everybody's like, ooh, I would love to trade places with so-and-so. It is what it is. Comparison is the thief of joy. I appreciate being a B, even though my life would be a lot simpler if it weren't O. Okay. But even if you're an A, even if you're a B, here are the 10 things that you should eat. I like variety. That's because you're looking at food as entertainment. Food is not entertainment, even though they have marketed it to us to be entertainment. This is why everybody's sick. Okay. What is going to repair your leaky gut? Chicory, onions, peas, prunes, maitake mushrooms, beet greens, collard greens, fava beans. Make y'all a big old beef roast and a pot of collard greens and eat on that for the next 5 days. In the next 7 days, as a blood type O, just eating that is going to help you lose 10 pounds, 7 to 10 pounds in the first 7 days. No Ozempic, no Mounjaro, no nothing. That is going to eliminate 10 pounds of inflammation from your body in the first week. Try it. You don't have anything to lose. Go to brewitbaby.com and get your foods list. Download it into your phone. Only eat the beneficial foods. And the simpler you keep it, the faster your body's going to heal up. Okay? What is going to help protect your thyroid? Turmeric and sea vegetables. Sea vegetables is kelp, bladderwrack, sea moss, seaweed, nori, kombu, wakame, and turmeric. So if you need to get supplements, I have an amazing turmeric supplement. I have an amazing sea moss supplement that has bladderwrack as well as sea moss. Okay. So, all the products, this is the last weekend for the 25% off. So y'all need to go over there and get them. So on a $39 product, you're getting them for $30. And also the tea is on sale too. 25% off. You do not have to put in a code. Just okay. So that's it for blood type O. Please go get your foods list. Where's blood type A? Where the A's at? Let's go. Let's keep it moving. I'm glad that y'all appreciate the simplicity of being an O. Blood type O has the strongest metabolism, strongest cardiovascular system, strongest immune system, strongest everything. Like genetically, y'all are superior to everybody. Hi, Bubba. Hi. Come here. What you doing? Oh, what's up? What's up, handsome boy? What's up, handsome boy? You okay? Yeah, you having a good time all by yourself? You having a good time all by yourself? Oh, you want to go take a nap? You want to go take a nap? Okay, well, let mommy finish. Thank you. So as a blood type A, you guys are literally the opposite of blood type O, sadly. Blood type A has the weakest immune system, the weakest cardiovascular system, and you are predisposed to diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. Unfortunately. The problem is blood type O has all the stomach acid and blood type A has very little. So that means blood type O can eat all this red meat so it can soak up all of that stomach acid. But blood type A cannot eat any of that because you do not have enough acid to break down animal proteins and foods that are high in saturated fats. So at the root of your problems as a blood type A is the fact that you are protein malnourished. Your body is lacking protein. Okay. And even if you are eating protein, even if you are eating, red meat and all that, because your body can't break it down, it can't extract the minerals and nutrients from it. So it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your money. And it's just putting undue stress on your organs. So as a blood type A, your problem foods are red meat, pork, organ meat, crustaceans. Crustaceans is lobster and crab. Shellfish, that's shrimp, mussels, clams, oysters. What else? Crawfish, all the shells. All of those things are high in saturated fat and your body can't break it down. Then you also cannot have tropical oils. Tropical oils is coconut oil, avocado oil, palm kernel oil. Industrial oils, that's corn oil, safflower, sunflower, canola, rapeseed. All of those oils are too high in saturated fats and you cannot break it down. Okay. So you also cannot have dairy foods, which we talked about a minute ago. A lot of the cheeses that you guys eat are very high in saturated fats. As an A, you cannot break that down. Okay. So another really interesting thing about blood type A is that blood type A has very thick blood. Okay. The thickness of your blood is what is at the root of your heart disease. You guys are predisposed to heart disease. Heart disease is the #1 killer in America. And Black women have more heart disease than everyone else. Okay. So your thick blood is at the root of heart disease. But let me tell you another interesting, blood type A is very interesting. Okay. The way that your fight or flight is set up, okay, is you guys have a steady stream of cortisol in your blood all day, every day. Cortisol is our stress hormone. Okay. This is why blood type A always feels stressed out and anxious. That is y'all's natural state. You always just feel, okay? It's because you always have cortisol in your bloodstream. That is also true for blood type B. Okay? Blood type Bs are also very anxious people. The problem with having that cortisol in your blood all the time is when your cortisol is high, it also makes your blood sugar high. Okay? Let's connect this shit, because blood type B also has the highest population of diabetics in the world. So we're looking at two blood types that could trigger diabetes. Look at these guys. You're looking at two blood types that can trigger diabetes from stress. A and B. When your cortisol is high, it also makes your blood sugar high. So now your body is releasing more insulin into your bloodstream to try to bring your blood sugar down. So now you got high cortisol and high insulin, so two high hormones. Your body then requires more minerals from your food to bring those hormones back into balance. When you are not feeding your body the right food, it can't extract the minerals from the food. So it's going to extract the minerals from your teeth and your bones. Another thing too, remember, if you are eating wheat, wheat literally blocks your body's ability to absorb minerals and nutrients from your food. Screwed. We're just screwed. Okay. So if you are dealing with high blood pressure as a blood type A, all of this is tied together. Because at the root cause of high blood pressure is insulin resistance. So your your pancreas is releasing more insulin into your bloodstream. Insulin that's in your bloodstream but can't get into your red blood cells is insulin resistance. When your insulin can't get into your red blood cells, it's just in your bloodstream. So you got cortisol in your bloodstream, you got insulin all in your bloodstream. Okay. So that will then cause your arteries and your veins to constrict. When your arteries and your veins constrict, that puts pressure on your heart, and that's what sends your blood pressure up. Your arteries shrinking is like you bending a water hose. Now all the pressure is building over here, and the water is trickling out over there. That is what makes your blood pressure go up. So as a blood type A, y'all got a lot of shit happening at once. Okay? Simply because now you guys already have thick blood. You're causing your arteries and your veins to get smaller. So you're forcing this super thick blood to try to squeak through these shrunken arteries and veins. This is why you guys are very prone to blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, DVTs, heart attacks, and strokes. There are foods that actually make your blood thicker than what it already is naturally. The number one thing that makes your blood thicker than what it already is vinegar. Vinegar is in every condiment in your house. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, salad dressings, barbecue sauce, hot sauce, pickles, relish, olives. Every condiment in your house has vinegar in it. Then y'all will be out here taking vinegar shots because somebody said you lose belly fat if you just take a shot of vinegar every morning. That's what the Hoteps be telling y'all. Hoteps be telling y'all to drink vinegar. Now you just can't figure out why you got all these blood clots and shit. What else makes your blood thick? What else makes your blood thick? Liquor. Alcohol makes your blood thick. Vinegar is not good for either. First of all, vinegar is made from corn. White distilled vinegar is made from corn. And even your apple cider vinegar is cut with white vinegar. So your apple cider vinegar also has white vinegar in it. Corn stops the body from making insulin, the same insulin that helps to regulate your blood pressure. Vinegar is made from sun-ripened yellow corn. And corn is in everything. High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, corn starch, corn oil, white distilled vinegar, liquor. All made from corn. What else makes your blood thick? Oranges. Oranges and orange juice. Oranges and orange juice makes your blood thick. Oranges and orange juice is extremely dangerous for blood type A. It will kill you. You wonder how you got those blood clots? You sitting around eating oranges and cuties and halos and tangerines and tangelos and drinking orange juice at breakfast every day. Oranges is not good for nobody. None. Not one blood type. It creates bad bacteria. It makes your blood thick. It's just bad. So why have we been convinced that oranges were good for us? They always tell us shit is good for us simply because they want to sell us their products. And as a matter of fact, when they introduced orange juice, they said it was doctor recommended because they know that people respond to things that are recommended by doctors. That's a question. We're talking about blood type A right now, ma'am. What else makes your blood thick? Dairy foods. Dairy foods. Let me reiterate for those of you that just came in, blood type A is predisposed to heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. Y'all could literally become diabetic from stress. After our conversation today, you and Jordan can come to the reunion. What is she talking about? Hold on, y'all. I hate this new phone. What? Please say yes. Okay. I'll get back to you. Okay, so hold on. What else makes your blood thick? Liquor makes your blood thick. Guar gum. Guar gum is in a lot of dairy foods, namely almond milk. Okay, makes your blood thick. Let's talk about this bacterial overgrowth. Blood type A. We all have bad bacteria in our gut. Okay, but blood type A and blood type AB have an overgrowth of bad bacteria. Bad bacteria is responsible for all of these ailments that you guys are dealing with. Alopecia, endometriosis, IBS, IBD, urinary tract infections, yeast infections, all of your skin issues, acne, psoriasis, plaque psoriasis, rosacea, dermatitis, vitiligo, staph, E. coli, H. pylori, IBS, IBD, thyroid issues, COPD, certain cancers. Stomach cancer is very prevalent in blood type A, colon cancers, all of that comes from bad bacteria. So if you have any of those ailments, that's why. What are the foods that make your gut's bacteria angry? Because these are we have trillions of bacteria on our body and in our body. Those bacteria are living. They feed off the same foods that we eat. They determine whether or not you're going to be healthy or you're going to be sick, because they have the power to create disease in your body, and that's what's happening. So what's pissing off your gut bacteria? Number one thing for blood type A is potatoes. Y'all can't have no potatoes. Not white, not orange, not sweet, not sour, not Idaho, not russet, not Japanese yams, not yams. Y'all cannot have none of that. You know what a potato is. I don't care what they call it in your country. You know what a potato is. Okay? Y'all cannot have potatoes. So you want to know why your hair is falling out? You want to know why you had to have hysterectomy and black women have hysterectomies 3-to-1? Because you've been eating potatoes. You like French fries. You like mashed potatoes. You like sweet potato pies and candy yams. That's what did it. What else? Black pepper, navy beans, kidney beans, lima beans, whey protein shakes, and what else? Oranges. Oranges and orange juice. Want to know why you have adult acne? You're 40 years old and you still got acne on your face like you're a teenager? Orange juice. Why you got eczema? Why you got psoriasis? Why you got plaque psoriasis? You drinking orange juice every day. That's what did it. So as a blood type A, what is at the root of your problems? You're not getting enough protein. Okay? When you are eating complete proteins that can actually break down in your body extracts those minerals and nutrients and does what it needs to do for your body to function properly. When you are lacking those minerals, your body is then forced to suck those minerals out of your teeth and your bones. That's how you end up with osteoporosis, osteopenia, osteoarthritis, gum disease, weak teeth. You got to go get teeth pulled out. You got to go get replacement teeth put in. You got to have hip replacement surgery, knee surgery. Hey, how'd you do?
Nothing impressive, but I bought a couple of 180s.
Oh, okay. So that's what's happening. Okay. So how do we turn this around for blood type A? You have to start eating soy. But they said soy was bad at it. Ask yourself why they said soy was bad. Okay. There are 2 blood types that can never have soy. That is blood type O and blood type B. Think about it for a second. If you benefit from animal protein, you do not benefit from plant protein. That's the bottom line. If you benefit from animal protein, you do not benefit from plant protein. Soy is a plant protein. It does not require a bunch of stomach acid to break down and put your body in a position to extract all those minerals. Soy is a complete protein just like beef is. Okay? Beef lacks for nothing. Soybeans lack for nothing. Okay. And if y'all saying that, oh, soy is this and soy is that, there's an entire continent of people that eat soy every single day, and they are 10 times healthier than us and outliving us by decades. That is Asia. That is where your genetic ancestors hail from. Blood type A invented farming culture. Blood type A, over thousands of years, your body has gone from an O to an A because you went from eating animal protein to not eating any animal protein. And over time, your body will evolve to adapt to what it is you're eating all the time. So if you got this stomach full of stomach acid, but you're not eating anything to dissipate the stomach acid, over time, your body's going to be like, she doesn't need stomach acid because she's not eating any animal protein. Remember the adage, use it or lose it? That is also true of our bodies. If your body is not using stomach acid because all you're eating is plants, plants digest in the intestines. Proteins digest in the stomach. Okay? So what is going to immediately change your life as a blood type A? Tofu, tempeh, edamame, texturized vegetable protein. You got beef knots. You got soy curls. You have so many options. So many things that taste like meat that's not meat. Okay? Also, y'all benefit from 25 different fish, 3 different types of salmon. You got cod, you got halibut, you got sardines. So there's never a time that blood type A should have been lacking for protein. Okay? That's what you are now a pescatarian. Somebody asks you, oh, are you a vegan? No, I'm a pescatarian. Because first of all, y'all can't even have all those beans. And chickpeas are very, very high in saturated fats, which blood type A cannot break down. Okay? So instead of y'all trying to piece together remnants of protein, learn how to cook tofu. Okay? There are millions of tofu videos on Instagram and TikTok, Pinterest. Okay, it's going to change your life. So if you start eating it now, 7 days from now, you're going to lose 7 to 10 pounds of inflammation. Why? Because you're not eating any foods that's inflaming you. Is there a dog behind me? Yep. Okay. What is going to naturally thin out your blood? Lemon water. You increasing your water intake is going to thin out your blood. You adding lemon to your water is going to thin out your blood. Also, a good thing about lemon water is it will also break up all of that mucus that you accumulate. Blood type A and AB accumulates a lot of mucus because we naturally have weaker immune systems. Mucus protects the immune system. Inflammation protects the organs. So you're always going to see me with a box of Kleenex. It just is what it is. Okay? But lemon water every day will help to break up that mucus and flush it out of your body. All right. What else thins out your blood? Pineapples, blueberries, blackberries, green tea. I drink a pot of green tea every day, whether I'm on a live or not, every day. Okay. Also, the oils that benefit you are olive oil, flaxseed oil, and walnut oil. They also thin out your blood. Okay, because doctors are always trying to put blood type A's on some blood thinners. What is going to make your gut bacteria super happy? Escarole, dandelion, chard, rapini, which is broccoli rabe, fava beans, prunes, and silver dollar mushrooms. Super simple shit. Okay. Please go to the site, tobrewitbaby.com, and get your foods list. Download it into your phone. Only eat the beneficial foods and watch how your body changes over the next 7 days. Okay? So where's blood type B? Let's go. We're doing good on time today, guys. We're on blood type B already. We've only been on here for 90 minutes. Usually I'm 90 minutes on O. Let's go. We got any B's on the live? We ain't got no B's. We gonna keep it moving. We got any B's? Gotta have at least one. And I'm gonna keep going. As a blood type B, at the root of your problem, hi Miss Barbara, at the root of your problems is lectin sensitivity. Okay. Blood type B is very, very sensitive to the lectins in food. Lectins are just little small proteins in all whole foods, and those lectins interact with our blood. So a chemical reaction happens when the lectins meet our blood. Either it's going to be a positive reaction or a negative one. If it is negative, as a blood type B, it's going to trigger inflammation. It's going to give you painful joints, swollen joints. It's going to give you gut issues, skin issues, neurological problems, hormonal fluctuations. Okay. Blood type B is the other meat-eating blood type. When I say meat, I mean red meat. Okay. The biggest problem for blood type B is you guys cannot eat no chicken ever.
You better stop eating that shit.
Chicken will kill you. He's a blood type B. You didn't know.
Body not built by chicken. What the hell?
What the hell? What the hell, yo?
What the hell, y'all?
What the hell, yo?
What the hell, Brian James?
I'm a blood type AB. Chicken literally will kill us. There is a lectin in the meat of chicken that when we consume it, it attacks our bloodstream, causing our red blood cells to clump together, creating blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, autoimmune diseases, and stroke. Chicken does not benefit any blood type. Chicken and pork, none of us should ever be eating. So whenever I say people shouldn't be eating chicken, oh, are you vegetarian? Are you vegan? No. I'm just telling you that chicken has 100 times the level of estrogen in its little body than we have in our whole adult body. And it is estrogen that feeds autoimmune diseases. It is your high level of estrogen that is triggering autoimmune diseases in your body. The number one way that you fill your body with estrogen is eating chicken. Chicken is also a weight gainer. No one is going to lose weight eating chicken. Nobody. I don't care how many trainers you see on the internet telling you, oh, you just need to eat turkey breast or chicken breast and vegetables and brown rice. Chicken is a weight gainer. This is why gym bros always meal prep with chicken breast. Because if you're not working out like them gym bros are working out, it's just going to turn into fat. Now, with all of this estrogen in chicken, you are literally filling your body up with this hormone that is going to trigger disease in your body. How many of you guys have an autoimmune disease? 50 million people have at least one autoimmune disease. Out of that 50 million people, 80% are women. And then at the top of most of the autoimmune disease lists is Black women. We're at the top of all of the disease lists. Y'all haven't figured that out yet? We are at the top of all of them. So if you're walking around with lupus and MS and all that, Black women have more of that than everyone else. Now let's talk about the estrogen levels. Black men and black women have higher blood estrogen levels than all other races of people. A 10-year-old black girl has a higher blood estrogen level than a grown white woman. Well, let's break this down and figure out why. Well, as a blood type B, you can never have soy. Most baby formula is made from soy. So you're starting your children off giving them a formula that creates higher levels of estrogen in their blood. Then by the time they get 2 years old, you're sticking a chicken bone in their mouth to teeth on it. It's not even 2. You're sticking a chicken bone in their mouth at 1. Because for some reason now, these kids be breaking teeth at 6 months. Y'all haven't noticed that these kids be breaking teeth at like 6 months now? Y'all don't think that's weird? By the time they're 2, you taking them over to McDonald's, giving them Happy Meals with them chicken nuggets in it. And then you're feeding them chicken probably 3 times a week because it's convenient, it's not expensive, it's versatile, right? Well, you're feeding them a steady diet of estrogen. So by the time our little girls are 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, they're starting their period. Now, when doctors see our little girls, Hispanic and black, they don't think that it's weird that our little girls start their periods at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. It's only weird if white girls start their periods at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. It's normal for us, though. You know why? Because our diet is chicken and pork. Hispanic diet, chicken and pork. Yeah, when you're sick, they give you chicken soup and orange juice. Orange juice creates bad bacteria in everyone's gut. And then they're giving you chicken soup. You see how they have played in our faces? They know chicken is a disease causing food. They know that chicken causes autoimmune diseases. They know it triggers PCOS. They know it makes fibroids in your stomach. They know all of this. Why do y'all have them fibroids? Why do y'all have PCOS? Why do you have diabetes? Do you know that when a man's estrogen is high, it triggers type 2 diabetes and prostate cancer in his body? Why do men have man boobs? Why do men have big beer bellies? Do you know that the bellies are not from beer, but the bellies are from estrogen? You can literally look at a man and tell how high his estrogen is. Because estrogen settles in the midsection. So when you're looking at a man that has a beer belly, that's not beer. That is estrogen, boo-boo. And what are going to be the symptoms of that? Mood swings, insomnia, hormonal fluctuations, man boobs, all of those things come from having high levels of estrogen. Jordy used to have man boobs and all that. Bad skin, acne, hair wouldn't grow, beard wouldn't connect. Estrogen. Okay? So 75%, 70% of all American women over the age of 35 have what's known as estrogen dominance. Our estrogen is too high. When your estrogen is too high, hey, Karen, when your estrogen is too high, it's going to trigger disease in the body. So, stop eating chicken. I haven't eaten chicken in like 3.5 years. The minute I stopped eating chicken is the minute that inflammation started draining out of my body. Because chicken was literally killing me. I was inflamed from head to toe. I was in pain. I mean, it was bad. And then when I fell into this, God was like, you need to eat for your blood type. And as soon as I looked at the avoids list, chicken was at the top of it. And I was like, well, that's the problem. And I immediately cut it out. Everybody here that's on their path immediately cut out chicken. Put in the comments how y'all feel now that you stopped eating chicken. Put in the comments how you feel now that you have stopped eating chicken. It's been 2 years for you not eating chicken. How you feel now, Miss Barbara? How y'all feel since you stopped eating chicken? I couldn't imagine eating no chicken now. I don't even know what it smells like. I don't even remember what it tastes like. I couldn't imagine it. Did y'all ever go back and try it again after you had given it up? And then that pain came back? That pain came rushing right back? It's not worth it. I can't think of one food that's worth being in pain for. I've had some amazing food. I've traveled the world, but I cannot think of one food that's worth having pain for. It's not worth it. So another thing that is off, y'all can't have as a blood type B is wheat, just like blood type O. Wheat is bad for blood. Rule of thumb again, if you benefit from animal protein, you can't have wheat. Can't have it. So there's corn. I told you corn is bad for every blood type. What's corn? High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, cornstarch, corn oil, liquor. Most of the liquor on the market is made from corn, and white distilled vinegar. So that's all the condiments on the market. When you eat corn, it stops your body from making insulin. You cannot regulate your blood pressure if you don't have no insulin. You also cannot have no buckwheat, sesame, amaranth, soy, or rye. That's just not your lifestyle. Okay. Another thing that will cause your estrogen to be high is if your liver is not functioning properly. There are foods that mess up liver function in blood type Bs. That's lentils, black beans, black-eyed peas, mung beans, artichokes, and aloe. Nobody benefits from all these beans. Nobody. They create inflammation in everybody's body simply because there are so many lectins in beans. Vegetables and beans have an overabundance of lectins. Another thing that's quite special about blood type B is you are a hyper assimilator. That means there is a particular strain of bacteria that we all have, but blood type B has a higher level of this particular bacteria. Even chicken grown organic food and raised to roam, did that change the chicken's body? So if a chicken is raised outside of a cage, is it any less of a chicken? I don't care if that chicken is organic or ghetto. I don't care if you grew it in your house next to your kids and you give him an allowance on Friday because he's a good boy. I don't care if he has a PhD or if he dropped out of high school. It's still a chicken. Still a chicken. That's how they get us, though. Okay? Because they don't want us to stop consuming, they told us that fried chicken was bad and baked chicken was good. Why? Because they still wanted us to consume chicken. Still a chicken. Still going to do the same shit in your body, whether it's fried or baked. Right? There's so many things like potatoes. They knew when we started discovering that potatoes were bad for us, they started telling us to eat sweet potatoes. They're always offering an alternative, but it's still the same thing. If you can't eat potatoes, It doesn't matter what the variety of potato is, still potatoes. But we fall for it every time. Oh well, I just baked the chicken now. Man, it's still chicken. It's still gonna kill you. You're still gonna have fibroids. It's still gonna raise your estrogen. It's still gonna do the exact same thing in your body, whether it's fried or baked. But we fall for it every time. They know how to get us because they know we don't want to stop consuming. So they give us this false sense of health because we're cooking it a different way. Nope, I'm still being scammed. Still being scammed. Okay. So as a blood type B, with you being a hyperassimilator, that means you have an overabundance of a particular bacteria that breaks down digestive resistant starches. Starches that don't get broken down in other people's bodies. I'll use corn as an example. A lot of times when we eat corn, it doesn't digest in our system, and we know that. So you can look back at your poop and see whole kernels of corn in your poop. Not with blood type B. That particular strain of bacteria, Linka, leave him alone. That particular strain of bacteria breaks down that corn, turns it into sugar, and then stores it as fat in your body. Okay? When you go to the doctor and they test you for diabetes, guess what they're testing? Your level of alpha glucosidase bacteria. And then some of the most popular diabetes drugs on the market are known as alpha glucosidase inhibiting drugs. The foods you're eating is making that level of alpha glucosidase bacteria high. Those foods are peanuts, tomatoes, soy, cashews, corn, cornstarch, black pepper, poppy seeds, pinto beans, maltodextrin, and rhubarb. Those are the things that could be triggering diabetes in your body because it's raising your alpha glucosidase bacteria in your gut. What is also making your gut bacteria bad? Sorghum, peanuts, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, distilled liquor, and acacia. A lot of food additives and sugars. Listen, rule of thumb, if the food that you're eating has a bunch of ingredients, don't eat it. If it's got labels that you need to read, don't eat it. Because how many ingredients are in beef? 1. How many ingredients in lamb? 1. How many ingredients in goat? 1. How many in onions? Broccoli, collard greens. To solve our problems, we got to get back to whole foods. It's the processed foods and a lot of these vegetables and things that we have been convinced were so great for us that are causing all these problems. So how do we turn this around for blood type B? Blood type B is the most balanced of all the blood types. It's like they can have a little bit of everything. So what is going to help to block that lectin sensitivity? The swollen and painful joints, the hormonal fluctuations, the neurological problems, the gut issues, the skin issues, all that. You guys benefit from cultured dairy products. Only 14% of the US population can have cow's milk dairy products. And that's blood type B and blood type AB. 86% of the US population is to never have cow's milk. And we have been inundated with milk commercials all of our lives. Milk does a body good. Milk, milk, milk. You got to have milk for strong bones. That's not true. It's not true at all. Okay. But blood type B, the reason that blood type B and blood type AB, which is a hybrid of A and B, can have certain cultured dairy products is because the sugar that's in cow's milk dairy is the same sugar that's on our blood. Antigens that are on our red blood cells are just sugars. Okay. So the sugar that's on blood type B is called galactose. That's the technical name for lactose. Lactose is sugar. Anything that ends in ose is sugar. Okay. So the sugar on cow's milk is galactose. The sugar on our blood is galactose. Okay. Blood type O doesn't have any antigens. So that means you have no sugar on your blood. This is why blood type O, at the root of your problems, is you consuming sugar. You consuming anything that turns into sugar. So you benefit from sour cream, Greek yogurt, ricotta cheese, kefir, cottage cheese, mozzarella cheese, farmer's cheese, feta cheese, and paneer. All of those white cheeses have living cultures, and those cultures act like probiotics and prebiotics in your gut. So they make your gut bacteria good. Okay. What is going to be the protein for blood type B? Lamb, goat, venison, mutton, deer. Okay. Your genetic ancestors hail from what is known as the Himalayan highlands. So that's modern day India and Pakistan. Okay. So what do you see? What animals do you see up in the mountains? Goat, lamb, deer. Okay. That's what's going to benefit you. You benefit from all the red meats except beef. The only blood type that benefits from beef is O. You also benefit from lots of fish. So halibut, cod, mackerel, sardines. I will say it every day. If you benefit from sardines, you need to eat it. Sardines are awesome. So whenever somebody asks me, what can I have for breakfast? Have a can of sardines for breakfast. Your skin is going to thank you. Okay. What's going to improve your liver function as a blood type B? Mustard greens, beet greens, green tea, licorice root tea, parsnips, curry powder, and ginger root. Okay. If your liver is not functioning properly, first of all, you'll die. But secondly, you will have higher levels of estrogen because it's our liver that cycles out excessive levels of estrogen. Okay. What is going to blunt that alpha glucosidase bacteria? Mushrooms, silver dollar, enoki, and maitake, whey protein shakes. Y'all need to go over there and get those whey protein shakes. They're back in stock and they're 25% off. So go get them. Also, blueberries, blackberries, Brussels sprouts, grapes. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, start adding these things to your diet. Okay. And what is going to make your gut bacteria super happy? Brewer's yeast, molasses, and cabbage. Get into kimchi, get into sauerkraut. Your gut is going to thank you for it. Okay. So that's it for blood type B. If you do not have your foods list, go to brewitbaby.com and get your foods list. Download it into your phone. In the first 7 days, you're going to lose 7 to 10 pounds of inflammation. Jordan lost 60 pounds in 6 months. Not eating chicken, started eating lamb every day. 60 pounds just fell off. Okay. Where's blood type AB? Do we have any ABs? Your throat is getting sore. It must be dusty out here. I need to dust. Because every time I come out here and do this live, by the time I get off of here, my throat is irritated. Hey, Miss Tashina. How you doing? Do we have any ABs on the live? If not, I can call it a night. I can be done. Chop them up right now, where I'm going. If I'm the only AB on the live, I already know what I'm supposed to be doing. Who's it going to be? Fantastic. You just waking up? It's early morning over there, isn't it? Well, we don't have no ABs. I'm doing good, just working. Just working. So I am going, but I'll be back tomorrow. Okay. So if you do, damn it. Miss Kansas just jumped up. She's an AB. All right, let's go. Okay. As a blood type AB, I'm here for the AB. Tashina, you never want me to get off the live. You're welcome. Listen, as an AB, we are a hybrid of A and B. All right, Miss Candace, I got you. We are a hybrid blood type. So we have A and B antigens on our red blood cells. So we have double the sugars on our red blood cells. Okay. We have a lot of the issues that A's have, and we have a lot of the issues that B's have. But then we have our own very special problems. Okay. So as a blood type AB, we still have lectin sensitivity. We also have bacterial overgrowth like blood type A's. That's okay. That's okay. And then we have cell signaling issues, and we are naturally wired for stress. I mean, because when you think about it, remember when I said blood type A and blood type B have the same fight or flight, and they have a steady stream of cortisol in their blood all day, every day? Well, we are blood type A and B in one. So we're naturally wired for stress. That's why I try my best not to stress myself out about anything. Okay. I take my chill every day. Okay. So as far as the lectin sensitivity, just like blood type B, we can also not have chicken. And if chicken was so great, why isn't it on anybody's beneficial list? Chicken is bad for everybody. Okay. But for blood type B and AB, it will literally kill us. So first is going to give us inflammation, swollen and painful joints, skin issues, gut issues, hormonal fluctuations, neurological problems. I was experiencing all of that when I was eating chicken and didn't notice. I didn't know. I thought it was all menopause. It made my menopause 10 times worse. Like, I don't have any of these menopause symptoms that I used to have because chicken was exacerbating the menopause symptoms. I don't have hot flashes. I was having like 10 hot flashes a day and all that. When your body is being depleted of estrogen and you are feeding it a steady diet of estrogen, you're going to have all of those symptoms. So if you're going through menopause, the best thing you can do for yourself is to stop eating chicken immediately. Okay. Also, we cannot have corn, haddock, flounder, kidney beans, mung beans, chickpeas. All of these things immediately trigger inflammation in your body. I couldn't understand that when I went vegan, I gained 10 pounds of inflammation in the first 2 weeks because I was eating all them beans. I was eating chickpeas every day. We also cannot have sesame, sunflower seeds, lima beans, black beans, fava beans, black eyed peas, and buckwheat. We are not the blood type for the beans. None of us are really. Okay. What's giving us bad bacterial overgrowth? Oranges, camembert cheese, bananas, distilled liquor, dextrose, sucrose, fructose, guar gum, guava, mangoes, carrageenan, cornstarch, sago, adzuki beans, radishes, rhubarb, sorghum, and Jerusalem artichokes. I never really understood why I didn't like mangoes. Everybody was like, mangoes. Every time I had a mango, I was just like, I mean, I don't see what the hubbub is all about. Makes bad bacteria. Every time I love bananas, but every time I would have a banana, I'd have horrible heartburn. Wasn't supposed to eat it. So what is stressing out and unbalancing our immune system? Sorghum, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, distilled liquor, acacia, coffee, aspartame, and pork. Man, I used to drink 4 cups of coffee a day. I used to drink tea with sweet and low in it. I didn't know. I had no idea. Okay. So how do we turn this around as a blood type AB? Just like blood type B, we also benefit from certain cultured dairy products. So yogurt, Greek yogurt, feta cheese, farmer's cheese, mozzarella cheese. We also, the protein that benefits us is turkey. Turkey, we are the only ones that benefit from turkey, the only blood type. We also can have cod, eggs, tuna, salmon, sardines, grouper, tofu, and tempeh. Okay. And what is going to improve our cell signaling? Cell signaling is our cells carry messages throughout the body. And in blood type AB, they get thrown off by the pork and the aspartame and the coffee and all those things. So that means that our bodies are not going to respond to the messages because it takes too long for the messages to get where they're going. So an example would be cells carry messages to our pancreas to release insulin to our bloodstream when our blood sugar is high. Well, with us, our cell signaling is off. So our pancreas may not get the message of releasing more insulin. So to improve that, watermelon, curry powder, figs, garlic, onions, cranberries, green tea. I have several of these every day, especially the green tea, especially garlic, especially onions, every day. Okay. Also, eggplants, cherries, plums, watermelon. Oh, I said watermelon. I was going to say, I always blend up watermelon. I always have watermelon juice in my refrigerator. I had my watermelon juice today. Okay. Also, plums, olive oil, peanuts, walnuts, walnut oil, and blackberries. Okay. And what is going to make our gut super, super happy? Mushrooms, silver dollar, portobello, enoki, and maitake. Miso, cabbage, kefir, amaranth, dandelion greens, watercress, and brewer's yeast. And that's it. It usually only takes me about 5 minutes for blood type AB, but I do have a video that I spent like 2 hours on blood type AB. I got really in depth, but that's it. So if you're a blood type AB and you do not have your foods list, head over to brewitbaby.com, download the foods list into your phone, only eat the beneficial foods, and watch what happens to your body over the next 7 days. Okay? I'm out of here, guys. I got to go make me some food and then get back to work on Black Sheep sweeps. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Love you. Have a good night. Boop, 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 boop.